And cybersecurity analyst Olufade Hanif joins me for more perspective on this. Good to have you join us, Olufade Hanif. First, it was Huawei, and then we saw President Trump put a ban on TikTok, which he later lifted. And now we're hearing about WeChat. Is this some sort of declaration of war on Chinese companies?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is because both America as a country, and China have always had this power tussle, where America is quite at the forefront now, but the Chinese are very quickly catching up, which is why for every chance that Trump gets to have a tussle with the Chinese government or China as a whole, he will always take it. So right now, or he started with Huawei, they covered it up a bit, but the truth is it was as a result of them spearheading the movement for 5G connectivity, which the American technological companies hadn't had the forefront in. So they started that tussle there, and they successfully banned Huawei, or they limited their interactions with Huawei. A lot of other companies suffered, companies like Google, companies like TSMC, and the rest of them, because they lost a good client which they had been in business with, but because of that power tussle between America and China, so they are trying to limit them more and more. And yes, there have been issues where, for the fear of data breach and stealing of personal information and even possible spying, that's the reason why we have all of this. It's clearly a power tussle, or as you have said, a declaration of war
But,
between America and the Chinese
all
government.
right. So do you think that the idea that China might be using these companies to access America's data, do you think that that's true, that that's a valid reason for shutting down these apps in America?
A lot of research had been done and reports were given where solid claims were made that these apps were, as a matter of fact, breaching and actually bypassing security protocol to tap into people's personal data. So which means that for every American citizen that would install and use these apps, not only would they have their personal information collected, but also being backed up in servers for obviously the use of this Chinese company. And the only possible or the claimed seller or buyer for said information would be the Chinese government.
So American companies have 45 days to stop dealing with this messaging app. What is the implication of this? Like you rightly noted, the implication of Huawei on American companies. How will this impact on American companies?
Um, it's going to have a very sort, because TikTok as a platform or WeChat, they have a lot of users, and it's going to be that not only would the users not have access, a lot of these users had gained multiple followership, so it's going to affect them at the grassroots on that level. But a lot of other companies who might have had partnerships with these companies are also going to be affected. So it's possible, just like with the Huawei case, where the ban was kind of adjusted slightly to not affect both involved parties a bit too much. It's also very possible that it's going to be the case again, where there is going to be a bit of flexibility to it. But as of now, it's seeming like they're insisting that not only do they completely stop, the conditions that they were given were they either um, leave the country or they sell the company or the app to a local American investor. And there are some claims that some of the money being gotten from said transaction will go to the United States Treasury.
All right, we will see how this plays out. If Microsoft will be allowed to purchase TikTok. Cybersecurity expert Olufade Hanif, thanks for talking to us.